Hello and welcome back to Turf Moor TV. It's another brand new match preview video. It's probably following on from a decent point against West Ham, especially with everything that's gone on since Friday. If you are new to the channel, please do subscribe. As I say, all you got to do is search all social media. Search Turf Moor House. We are on there, as I say, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, as long as everything but OnlyFans. That's pretty much it. That's where we draw the line. You can catch us also on podcast platforms, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. So please do go check us out over there as well. You will be able to get this on podcast platform. So if you are listening, thank you for all the listens recently as well. It really does mean a lot. It is Burnley Southampton. And before I introduce that beautiful bugger at the side of me, let's have a look at a quick video regarding the two sides' recent games in the last couple of days. So, yeah, Southampton clearly have won their recent game. We got a point. It's not a bad one. Not a bad one. But here to discuss it with us, we have Dave himself, David Cross, David Anthony, whatever you want to call him, DJ Dave, the man, the myth, the legend that is. How are you doing, mate?
I'm all right, pal. Are you?
I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing. First off, we've got to hit the nail on the head. Let's start with what happened on Friday. Darsh's sacking, proper left field, absolutely left field. I mean, what were your thoughts when you saw it come through?
Well, I mean, my mate sent me a screenshot, and I actually thought it. I was thinking to myself, April Fool's Day was 2 weeks ago, mate. You know, and then I saw the date on it, and I was like, "Well, what's going on here?" I just replied, "What you doing? How have you photoshopped this?" It's like, "I haven't. Go on website." So I went on the main website, and I just disbelief, just cannot believe it, really. Shocking as it is, it's probably not surprising in respect to the results, but it still is a terrible timing for me.
No, it's been a strange one because, as you say, we were rock bottom of the league. Dash gets offered a 4-year contract.
Yeah,
we're 4 points away from safety, and the next minute he's gone. And the majority of the backroom staff, surely there's got to be some sort of rift behind the scenes, hasn't there?
Yeah, you'd think so. There's a lot of rumours going around at the moment in that, you know, Dyche is Grit Corney or whatever, and you know, but we're not going to know our way until if it does come out. The only people that know is Dyche and Mr. Pace himself. You know, it's just a weird thing to happen, because if he were going to go, why didn't he go straight after the Norwich game? You know, why wait 5 days to sack him? So something's definitely gone on.
Yeah, I mean, we've lost some big hitters on that backroom staff. Billy Mercer, goalkeeping coach, turned a few of our goalkeepers into international players.
I agree.
How do you know, that's another thing that's strange, that it's not just the manager that's got the chop. It's the bulk of them, you know, the bulk of those that sit on that touchline game in, game out. I mean, losing people like Billy Mercer. They didn't even mention Alistair Beattie going as well, the physio. So, you know, what's your thoughts? What do you feel about Dash as well, more importantly? Like, do you think, personally, for you, it was the right time?
I mean, you know what I've been like. You know, I have been hit and miss with Dash, but in terms of the results, you cannot deny it's not just this season. 18 months, Burnley's results have simply not been good enough. Now, the football, it's never been great under Dyche. We know that. We know what it's like week in, week out. You know what you're going to get. However, it has just got progressively worse, and his reluctance to continue to play the same tactics is loyalty to certain players that for me don't deserve to start. He were forced into that change. You know, when we went in that run of, I think we got 7 points out of 9.
Yeah.
You know, we beat Brighton away. You know, we got a draw at Palace and we beat Spurs at home. Jack Cork was influential in that midfield.
Yeah, it was.
Then when Westwood was back fit, and I'm gutted about Westwood, by the way. You know, it's a terrible injury. I'm gutted for the lad. But as daft as it sounds, now Cork's back in there, it might, you know, we might start playing a bit more football, because that's what that's his natural thing to do. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's not Iniesta, do you know what I mean? But he gets it on the deck and he wants to play that football rather than just oof it. But yeah, it's just a strange one with Dyche.
It is. It is. We'll have a look at a couple of comments. The Blue Podcast came in early, put in 2 blue hearts. Hope you're well, everyone over at the Blue Podcast. Rich Sports, hope you're well, Rich, as well. He says, hi, Dan, and hi, was it Dave? It is, the man, the myth. He is there, Big Dave. Jack Mack, Liverpool fan, hope you're well, mate. Come on, lads. Hope you're both well.
Yeah, mate, you're nice.
Everton getting beat. You need to win. Yes, we do. Yes, we do indeed. And Jack says, no worries, we'll slap them on Sunday as well. That's what we need, Jack. That's what we need.
They're impressive.
You go and do that.
Did you watch last night, Dan? They're impressive. Liverpool. They're formidable. They are formidable. Just glad we don't have to play them again.
Richie saying hi to Jack. Our Bristolian Arsenal fan. Well, he supports Bristol City as well. I mean, a lot of people have 2 teams these days. Turncoats. Anthony's in. He's just come on Southampton. Shitbag. There's always one. Rich says Liverpool fans everywhere at the moment. Which, yeah, why wouldn't there be? Why wouldn't there be? Jack says crazy decision. Crazy decision to get rid of Sean. Totally agree with you there, mate. Anthony says Leicester 1, Everton 0, Arsenal 1-1 against Chelsea so far as well. Interesting. So it's all to play for. It seems like nobody wants top 4 when it comes to the Arsenal and Spurs. They lost. Both teams lost last week. You know, at the weekend.
Even in that top 4, you know, you can even include Chelsea in there. You know, Chelsea on the day are formidable, but the top 2, City and Liverpool, are just mountains and mountains ahead of anybody. Even in that top 4, you know, whoever finishes 3rd and 4th, Liverpool and City are just so far ahead. It's unbelievable. You know.
No, so. True. Rich says, I thought you supported Saints, Anthony. Nah, surely not. You can't have a 3rd team. Surely not. So obviously, with Dash's departure, rumor has it Alan Pace was in Europe over the last couple of days. Obviously, looking at managers.
The new guy. What's his? I can't pronounce his name.
Rumor has it that we were looking at obviously Vincent Kompany, who's doing pretty well this year with Anderlecht, and the Bodo Glimt manager, which I'm not going to try his first name, but he does look like a Poundland Joey Slack, doesn't he?
Yeah, yeah, it does.
He is a Poundland Joey Slack.
Joey Slack's love child, 100%. Or separated at birth, I should say.
But yeah, I think what I've got here, I think it's like Kjetil Knutsen or Jetil Knutsen, however it's pronounced. But apparently those 2 men, as I say there, Vincent Kompany and Mr. Knutsen we'll go with, obviously are the ones being spoken about. Would you, out of the 2, who would you take if it was to be them appointed, Dave? One of
whoever we appoint, you know, they've massive boots to fill, haven't they?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just tomorrow night. It's going to be so surreal going on the turf without Sean Dyche as manager. You know, it's a weird contemplation, really. But I don't know. But whoever we get, we've got to get behind them. You know, I'm hearing things like, you know, Sean Dyche's name's going to get chanted around the stadium tomorrow. And for me, it's just like, no, get behind the players. Don't be booing at the board. Don't, saying anything against pace. The fact is, we've 2 massive home games now, and we have to get behind the boys. We need these points massively against Southampton and Wolves. They're winnable games, and we've got to get something.
100% agree. I think one of the rumours was a player revolt. That half of them were unhappy with Dash's stale tactics. If that is the case, then lace your boots up and prove it on the pitch now that you've done
did you
what
not
you've
think
wanted.
they did that at West Ham? That performance.
Yeah. I thought we actually
so
played some football.
We rode as luck. If it worked for Pope, we could have lost that. Okay, Cornet missed the penalty, but Pope did keep us in the game there. But the performance was just so much better than what it has been.
No, it was.
So that told me a lot that I think majority did want Dyche to go, and I'm sad really for Dyche in a way, because he's not had that send off that he does truly deserve.
Yeah,
I thought, if anything, it were going to be.
I thought it were going to be up there with like a Turnant send off. Like you've got till the end of the season, lap of honour sort of thing. But
that's it. If anyone were going to be the one that says they're leaving, he's Sean Dyche himself. That's what I thought would happen. I never envisaged that we'd sack him ever. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's a strange one. Jack says it's Chelsea 1, Arsenal 2. Wow. Very interesting. Although I think Chelsea will probably be
as well. I think.
What's that?
I think didn't Southampton beat Arsenal at the weekend?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, 1-0. They beat them 1-0. Jack says, did Ben Mee have much of an impact at the weekend? I think he did. We didn't really see it, obviously, when you're watching the game. But to be honest with you, I think that he's what's been missing from a focal point on the pitch as well, because he's a big presence at the back. He's very vocal. He always likes to get everybody involved. He's probably one of the best captains that we've had at the club.
Without doubt, it's everybody has said that it's Ben Mee that's made Tarkowski. With Ben Mee that made Michael Keane. It's Ben Mee is an absolute legend at this club. And he's somebody that if he can stay fit and get him back fit, that we need to be offering him a new deal, whichever league we're in. Because I think he would. He is Mr. Burnley. There's no doubt about that. He is Mr. Burnley. So we need to get him tied down, really.
Yeah, I totally agree. Jags is in all the way from the United States. Hope you are well, Jag. Thank you for tuning in. As always, the missus has said to Jack that she's had a perfect day, which, end of the day, I contributed. Jack says it's bonkers from all these owners of all our clubs. They haven't got a clue at all, making so many stupid decisions. I totally agree. It's a mad decision, an absolute mad decision with 8 games to go.
I agree.
You do see it. You do see it statistically, though, don't you? Certain teams lose a manager at the pivotal end of the season, and sometimes it's a do or die situation, because you're almost like, is this going to come back and bite us in the arse, or is this where we're actually going to go, right? We've got, let's fight now. We're not. That person isn't holding us back.
The thing is, who better to get you back promoted if we do go down than Sean Dyche? I'm looking at his statistics in the Championship. It's absolutely off the scale how good his record is at that level. So the owners clearly have lost all faith in him to get rid of him. They're trying to change the identity of the club, aren't they? And they're looking more with getting linked with more foreign people. It's when do Burnley sign foreign players for one? Really, apart from signing before, it's been a lot of years since Burnley have signed foreign players, and now we're looking at a foreign manager. So they are trying to change the identity and trying to get away from that sort of domestic, homegrown sort of look, which is what Sean Dyche implemented, really. But no matter how much we talk about it, Danny, I am gutted, but we've got to move on. It is one of them. We've got, if Everton do lose tonight, we have got a massive chance of survival, and we've got to get behind the team. That's it now. You know, it's a shame. I'll always love Sean Dyche for what he's done for Burnley, but we've moved. We have to move on.
We do. It's better. It's better not to sit and worry, is it? Really, we've got to, let the show go on. I mean, last question really on the Dyche situation. Then, who would you pick? Who would be your pick as manager if they said, Dave, you make the final call?
Gosh, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I haven't really looked at the statistics of the Norwegian guy, but I've heard noises that he's very good. Company, I think Company would be a good choice, but there's also been links with Chris Wilder as well, hasn't there? So
yeah,
I don't know. It's weird to even be thinking about it, really. But I'd probably go with the Norwegian guy.
Yeah, I think the job that Knutson's done at Bodo Glimt has been short of remarkable. I think obviously what he's done with, they were relegation candidates from what I've read, and he's literally at this very moment in time, they were set to go down the season that he took over. However, he kept them up. The season after he won the league, this season, he looks like he's set to win back-to-back league titles.
Wow. Impressive.
So he's clearly doing something right. I'll tell you one man we need to keep away though, Dave. This shower of shit.
Do not want him. Do not want him anywhere near this club.
No
and
chance.
I don't think he wouldn't want to come anyway. So it's no chance. No,
I mean, another manager that ran for the running that said he wouldn't mind taking the job, Slaven Bilic. Would you have took Bilic?
Yeah, he's not a bad choice. It's a bit of a nut job on Sly, isn't it? Where he's had history of kicking off with referees and stuff, hasn't he? But I don't know. It's only time will tell. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they give it Jackson till the end of the season. If we get a result tomorrow and on Sunday, you'd probably say, stay until the end of the season and then recruit in the summer. But it's just going to be very weird. But something we as a fan base, we have to get used to. And we, like I keep saying, we've just got to get behind the boys now and roar us on. The turf is a cauldron when it really gets going. What it was like the other week against Everton, it was just an absolute cauldron of noise. So we've got to get that tomorrow night, and roar us on to victory, because I believe we can do it. The performance, like I say, we're much improved against West Ham. So if we can replicate that, we've every chance. But we've just got to get behind the boys now.
Yeah, I mean, we drew 2-2 away at St Mary's this season.
Yeah.
At the time, probably a good result for us because we wasn't in any form at all. And to be honest,
season, really, hasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, we've been draw specialists this year, haven't we?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of the games where we've just not been able to turn that point into the 3 points and get that goal, and we've not got beat a lot of times. And if we could just turn them, the draws into victories, we'd be a lot higher up in the league.
Yeah, of course we would. Ducky says, evening lads, we are going to win tomorrow night, pal. Inside the boardroom, it's a mess at the minute, but I think the players will give a good account of themselves and win 2-0. Well, from the video they put out of training today, they all seemed in high spirits and looking forward to the challenge. So fingers crossed.
It is an interesting point, that, about a mess behind the scenes. I agree. I do think we are in a mess behind the scenes. If we get relegated, we're in trouble. There's no doubt about it. We are in big trouble. It's not really worth contemplating, really. But they've come in and they've not even bought the club off their own money, have they? They've borrowed off the club to buy it and just left us with debt, really. So it stinks of panic. They've absolutely panicked by sacking Dyche.
Oh, yeah, of course they have.
They know the implications financially if we do go down. And make no mistake about it, Dan. We could end up being a Stoke City, a Bolton Wanderers, a Wigan Athletic, and
I was just about to say, has Coyle got a point when he said Bolton were 10 years ahead?
Oh no! Someone even
Oh,
said,
no.
Let's get Coyle back." I'm like,
No, you're all right.
"Yeah, you're all right." Someone said
Honestly,
Stan Turner as well.
that's like asking for your ex back, isn't it? You just don't do it, do you? You just don't do it. Jack says, who, if you could see, will be your lad's saviour against Southampton onwards player wise? I don't know. I think we might see a bit more from Vegas now. He might have that a bit more freedom to play. Maxwell as well is another one that could eventually come into it. Are we going to see a resurgence of Dwight McNeil? Has he been being held back by Sean Dyche? That's another question you've got to ask yourself. There's a couple of players there, that creative players especially, that you'd like to say.
Well, someone I were having a chat with a mate of mine on the turf on the last game, and I was just like, "What is wrong with Cornet?" Because he's just not been the same player since coming back from the African Cup of Nations. And someone just said, or you overheard in the conversation, they just went, "He's been diced. He's been diced." And I was like, "God, yeah, you're not wrong, are you, mate? You know what I mean?"
Yeah.
And you probably do have a point there. The sort of more flair players, creative players, might feel a little bit more like that they've got a more free role now. But yeah, I'd like to see more from Weghorst because he's coming under a little bit of criticism recently. But there's no good hoofing it up to him. As big as he is, he needs it on the floor.
I don't know what's happening. We had a bit of a technical glitch then. I don't know what's going on. But
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right.
I can hear you. I don't know what happened then. It sort of cut out, did my cameras, and then sort of came back on. I don't know what happened.
Right.
It might do it again at some point. The internet's dropped out, and it's sort of come. I'm on my 4G now, so we'll see what happens. Right, it's completely gone off on the computer, so I'm going to have to try and do it through this. Everyone that's put a comment in, I can't really, have a look through because the way that my phone is currently going. Hopefully the internet will sort itself out at this end and we'll be back on soon. But Jack says, can hear you both, all good, so everything's fine. Rich says, closing in on 400 subs, what happens then? Oh, I think we might have internet back. I'm not sure. It's flickering. That's a no. It's trying to test me. I thought, as soon as I do this, please do not go off. Knowing my luck, it'll probably...
It's gone. I think it's gone.
There we are. It had a little flicker. Think so. Let's... Don't know whether we're back on the laptop yet. Fingers crossed we will be. Let's try and sort that out. But yeah, your thoughts going into this game, especially on the back of that point against West Ham. You've already said that it were, we'll take a point. We'll take a point at West Ham. Their homecoming, pretty much was like an open top bus parade for them, really, being back at home, like a welcome home to the heroes for the heroics in Lyon.
Yeah.
So a good solid point on the road.
Well, yeah, I mean, we could have won it. If Cornet puts that penalty away, you're going in at 2-0 up. You've every chance of coming away with 3 points. But in the context of where West Ham are and, their exploits in the Cup, in the Europa League, it was a fantastic point. But why couldn't we have done that at Norwich the week before? So it's interesting. But that level of performance, with every chance of winning tomorrow night. But they're a decent side of Southampton, make no mistakes about it. They're still a decent side, and it'll be a tough game, 100%.
It will. Going back to Rich's comment, closing in on 400 subs, what happens then? Probably not much. I think I'm going to wait till 500, and then we'll take it from there for the next potential challenge. But we will see. I've managed to get back in on the laptop. So Kit says, I've predicted a draw for tomorrow's game, but I hope Burnley have a win, of course. Yeah, me too. I'm sure me and the missus will be sat As I say, hopefully getting that Burnley win. Rich says that hi to Jags, and he's heard there's quite a few Burnley fans in the US. Yeah, we have. The US and Canada, to be fair. Rich says they're Big Sam, lol. Yeah, exactly. Jack says, no gravy tits. How he still gets jobs is beyond me. I agree. I like that. I like that, gravy tits. I'm going to have to start calling myself that, way I'm going. Rich says, Bilic might require too much expenditure to build a team he can work with. Yeah, he's not really known for sort of working on a budget. Even at West Brom, he got a little bit of money to spend. So who knows? Jack says, if your lads could survive, it would show so much of the character in them. So yeah, fair play. And going off the next couple of comments, Rich says, does Dave have a channel? Well, he's pays his TV license, so he's got BBC, RTV, and BBC Two.
No, I thought of doing it, but I don't know if I've just got the time. I don't know. I thought of doing it, but no.
Yeah, you might have to be a regular on here, mate. You might have to be a regular on here.
Yeah.
That's mostly. I mean, Rich there. I started by doing a couple of videos on his channel and other people's channels, and eventually just got the bug for it. I thought, you know what, I enjoy doing this. I'm going to see if I can do something.
I've seen you in person, haven't I, mate? And I've said congratulations you on it, because it is brilliant. And I've watched all your videos, and they're fantastic. So it's really good what you're doing.
Hopefully, just getting the name of Burnley out there a little bit more.
Well, that's it, isn't it? I mean, everyone knows who Burnley are now, don't they?
Yeah. No longer dash ball. No longer dash ball.
No.
And Rich says that I think Dave would make a good regular guest. Happy days.
Brilliant.
There you go. It's in the bag. So as you said, Thursday is going to be extremely weird. Dash not being on the touchline. Recent weeks, we've seen Alan Pace out and about, having pictures with fans. Do you think he'll even be in attendance tomorrow?
Yeah, 100%. Why wouldn't he be? Why wouldn't he be? He's been at all of the other home games. He's very hands-on. That's one thing I will give him. Because with being, I mean, it was completely random how they took over, really, wasn't it? And they've come from America, but he is based over here, isn't he? So why wouldn't he be? Why? It's not as if he's getting a plane over every home game. He probably can't afford that. No, but you know what I mean. But he. Of course he will, But the thing is, he is going to, with how the fan base are feeling still about Dash, I've got a feeling he's going to come under some scrutiny tomorrow. All we can do is get results. But get the results, people will say, well, it were a masterstroke getting rid of Dash. But there'll always be people that will say, we shouldn't have got rid of him. So what can you do? I think you froze again, mate.
Yeah, it has. It did it again. I don't know what it is. Past two days.
Not me, is it?
No, it's not you. It's let's put it this: Virgin Media.
Oh, get rid.
Yeah,
get rid like we did with Arch. Get rid.
Virgin Media. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and I'm going to turn the internet off, so we're just on my 4G. That way, it's not to-ing and fro-ing. And hopefully it'll work out fine. Jack says 60 minutes for Brighton to hold on. Martin says, yeah. Martin says, stay safe, guys. Big game tomorrow. Come on, Burnley. Yes, mate. We need that. We need that positivity. Everybody that go to Turf Moor tomorrow, get behind the boys, get behind them, and let's.
Got to do. It's not about showing that people. Like I said earlier, people are saying, they're going to go on about Dyche. It's not about him anymore. It's about this team. Yes, it's still got the nucleus. It has still got Dyche's DNA in it. But we've got to move on. We've got to get the 3 points and move on.
We do. We do indeed. So, the missus says as well, Mrs. is messaging me, the net's gone down. I know. I'm live. Right, let's try and work this out without putting my finger right across the camera. Going to be a struggle now. Let's see. So yeah, obviously the game tomorrow is going to be weird, as we said. Southampton, what have you made of them this season? What's your thoughts on them?
They've had, I mean, they were around Christmas time. They were struggling, weren't they?
Yeah.
But they're a mid-table. They're a mid-table outfit for me. They sometimes flirt with top 10. They've got some good players. You know, Redmond's a good player. That guy up front they've got, is it Bozier or something?
Yeah, Brozier on loan from Chelsea.
Yeah. Obviously, they've got ex-Rovers, Adam Armstrong. You know, they've got some good players. You know, they're a dangerous outfit. If we're not on it tomorrow, you know, they'll cause us problems, absolutely. But it is a winnable fixture. I'm not worried about them. I'm not thinking, oh my God, you know, we've got Southampton on the turf. You know, it's absolutely a winnable fixture for Burnley. But they have they've had some mixed results, haven't they? You know, that was a surprising result against Arsenal because they got hammered the week before against Chelsea. So it's yeah, they've got some individual quality, definitely.
Who do you reckon is going to be Southampton's key man? Who do we have to look out for in tomorrow's fixture?
Ward Prowse. Every time you watch him, he's the he makes them tick. Yeah, he really does. He bosses the midfield. So it'll be an interesting battle between Corky and Brownhill tomorrow. We're trying to nullify their threat because they do it. They play quite on the counter attack. To Southampton, even at home, you watch them. They've got quite a lot of pace in their attack, so it will be a tough game. But like I said, no doubt we can win it if we play well.
No, 100%. I think Jack's hit the nail on the head there as well. They are a strange team. If they can be asked to win games, they do well. Yeah. Then they get pumped the rest of the weeks. Which, yeah, spot on. You know, they'll get that win against Arsenal, but they'll turn up at Turf Moor and potentially get rolled over. It's a strange.
Or they could turn up and roll us over. They're a good side. Yeah. Make no mistake about it. They are a good side.
But that's one of the best things that's been said today. Don't give them easy free kicks.
No, because Ward-Prowse is quality.
Yeah. I agree with Jack there as well. Really like Livramento, the right back. Yeah, he's cracking. He's only 19 as well, so he's going to be one to watch for the future. Ducky says, I'd go with Rooney as new manager. If we are interested, then go get him. He has done a cracking job at Derby, and I'm sure he would do a good job for us. If not Rooney, then maybe Nuno. I mean, interesting. See, I thought about Rooney, but then I thought the only reason I'd have him is because of his name and his pulling power, which, to be honest, is all the wrong reasons. You want a manager that's, I'm not saying he's tactically not good enough, but I just think that he needs a few more years trying to find his feet in management.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think if anything, Burnley would just be a stepping stone, if anything, if he did come, because he has got eventually he's got his eyes on the Everton job, hasn't he? And he by his own admittance, he said that.
Well, that's why I thought the same with Vincent Kompany, to be fair. I thought, like Gerrard to Villa, I thought Kompany to Burnley would be like a stepping stone to the City job. Yeah,
well, I mean, Pep Guardiola's got that forever until he decides, hasn't he? Yeah. I mean, Kompany would be decent, but I can't see Wayne Rooney. I just can't see that one. I don't know. What do you think?
No, I'm same. As I say, I'm with you. But if we do, Jack says as a scouser he can translate for us if it comes to Burnley. So every cloud.
County Derby.
And Ajala says Nuno is a spent force. Interesting. Yeah, I think since his chance with Wolves, it didn't work out at Spurs, but the Spurs job's a poison chalice anyway. But anyway, Dave, we will get into the predictions.
Okay.
So breaking news has just come out. David Cross has been appointed the new Burnley manager to take us into the game against Southampton this weekend. He's held the shirt aloft. He's held the scarf above his head. The pictures have been done. It's down to business. You're picking the team. Who's your starting 11 for tomorrow's game?
Pope, goalkeeper. I would go with Connor Roberts, right back. Came on.
You go with Roberts?
Yeah, I go with Roberts because I thought he came on against West Ham and did okay. He's had a bit of Wharton's got back in over him, but I didn't really think Roberts did too bad before he got dropped, really. So I would go with Roberts over Wharton. Taylor at left back, Tarkey, Collins centre back, Cork, Brownhill centre midfield, Cornet on the right, Lennon on the McNeil on the left, and Veghorst and Jay up top for me.
Not bad, not bad. Jack says that see me on the Sky interview has gone full Bielsa. I haven't. Have you clipped it? Have you put it on your Twitter? Because if so, I'll have a look at it. I will have a look at it. Barry's in as well. He said Nuno would do a good job for you. Barry's a Wolves fan as well. So,
well, all right, mate. All right.
You're all right.
Wanderers, mate. Yeah, let's get some more in you, mate. Yeah.
And Jag says that he believes Pearce and Co want a bigger name than Waldo and Rooney as manager of the club, if you ask me. Yeah, I can understand why.
Maybe.
I mean, they've done well to bring, as I've said a few times now, they've done well to get Maxwell Cornet out of playing Champions League football and Veghorst to come away from...
They were definitely paid signings, weren't they? Let's face it. They weren't direct signings at all.
Yeah. No, I'm with you with the starting 11, although I'd probably put Lawton in. I did like Connor Roberts at first. I think just the past couple of games he'd been a little bit off it. It's interesting at right back. I mean, we've still got Phil Bardsley to come back, but I think he's out for the rest of the season anyway, isn't he?
He's on bench with coaching staff now, isn't he? Along
Is
with,
it?
Bardsley were there the other day at West Ham. On bench, I think. Yeah, I saw pictures that on bench.
Fair play. I'm going to ask you, scoreline. How do you see us getting on? How do you see us faring in this one? Under the lights at Turf Moor, Thursday night. We
never do it easy, do we?
Nah.
That's the thing, you know. I don't know. Are Everton still losing now? You know, it'd be just like Burnley. Everton to lose tonight, and then Burnley go and get beat tomorrow. That'd just be the Burnley thing. But I don't think that will happen. I'm going to go 2-0 Burnley tomorrow.
That's what we want, Dave. That's what we want. Some cracking optimism.
Veghorst and Cornet send the Turf.
Oh. And we're going to get the new song going as well since Josh Brownhill's been singing it.
Which is that?
In the training video, I was singing like "Shake it up, baby, now shake it up, baby, Max and Val." And you just hear him singing it in the background, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, he started a trend!" So everyone's like, "We've got to get it started."
The chant will be like, "If we get this Norwegian guy, not subscribe me, not subscribe me."
All right, it'll be good. It'll be interesting, mate. Thank you very much for coming on, giving us a little insight. Obviously, if you're interested in doing it more regular, obviously I know we chat, so obviously I'll drop you a message and stuff, and we'll talk about doing it a bit more. But no worries, let everybody know. Let everybody know. I put a link to your Facebook profile in the description. So if people want to ever ask you on as a Burnley fan onto their channels, they've got scope to come and find you.
Cheers, pal.
So please do go see Dave over on his Facebook and obviously go support him as well. 2-0 is a cracking shout, mate. And Carl's also gone for the same. He agrees 2-0, but J-Rod and Veghorst. And Jack says, smashing show, lads. Great to get Dave on. Have a great night, chaps.
That's what
I'm guessing. But yeah, thanks a lot, Dave. Guys, that has been it. Obviously, as I said, we were meant to have a Southampton fan on as well. Unfortunately, due to a recent bereavement in the family, he's obviously had to cancel. So our thoughts are with him and his family at the moment. And as likewise with Cristiano Ronaldo and Georgina Rodriguez as well after the sad news the other day. So hopefully,
Awful.
you know, everyone's no father should have to go through that. So let's hope and pray and thoughts with them all. Jack says, I'll say 1-0 Burnley. Jack also says, best of luck for the game, lads. Yeah, cheers, mate. We're going to need it. We're going to need it. Barry, be warned. Be warned. We've got your lads on Sunday. Be afraid. Be very afraid. However, we will have a preview for that. If you're interested in coming on, Barry, give us a shout. Give us a shout. I won't mind you coming on if you want to.
I know that's a different show, probably, but Wolves, they're a good side.
They are. They're another team that have been hit and miss this season. Another team that have been hit and miss.
Yeah, but the quality, they're absolutely full of quality at Wolves. I really like that guy in midfield. You know,
Neves,
yeah, it's class. Absolutely.
Yeah, they'll probably lose him in summer.
You reckon?
Yeah, probably. But Dave, thanks again for coming on. Burnley Southampton, there we have it. As I say, let's have another quick recap of what happened last weekend. Let's hope that we can get the 3 points come tomorrow. Sorry, I'm already thinking about Sunday's game. I'm already thinking we've got the win tomorrow. Duck, a final comment before we wrap up. Apparently, Simon Grayson is 25-1 to be the next manager. I'll tell you something now. I don't want that. Apparently, we spotted in Clitheroe having a drink as well recently.
Probably Blackburn fans putting bets on me.
Won't surprise me. Won't surprise me.
Listen to that.
I'd rather have Simon Gregson flaming Steve McDonald.
I'd rather have Rory the Lion from Rovers manager.
Barry says, let's hope it's a good game, lads, after Sunday. I hope you win every game and stay up, of course. John has said evening, but yeah, it is a little bit too late, John, but evening to yourself. Thank you for tuning in. Guys, if you want to see more of this ugly mush here, I'm heading on to a Leicester channel now to go and watch the rest of a watch-along for the Everton-Leicester game. You know, I'm just doing a bit of scouting and a bit of smuggery, especially if Everton lose. So
yes, I'm going to tune into that now as well.
Yeah, so, I don't blame you, mate. I don't blame you.
Up the Clarets tomorrow, pal.
Yeah, we need it. Up the Clarets. That's a great ending. Up the Clarets. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe. And we'll be back with another video in the next couple of days. Take it easy.
See you, mate.